Okay, I created this tool for you guys to come up with your task times. Now, I'm going to keep the task times the way they are in the book because these are proven task times that I've worked with uh, contractors in Nexstar. So I kind of had the model of what that looks like. And I'm going to go back to what the model is. Now, if you guys have questions on any of it, I want you to use this thought process then and change my mind. But I hate to, without it methodically being proven out, I need to live with what methodically proven out has been and what history has been. So, and maybe you're just missing some. Maybe we're missing some steps on what takes up the task time. Okay, so customer calls you out for a thingamajig, basically. So it starts with greeting the customer at the door. So this is our time. Okay, so we're greeting the customer at the door, showing the customer, and having the customer show us where the problem is. That is part of our task. Okay, greeting the customer, laying out what we're about to do, and then having them taking us to the problem. That is part of task time. Most people don't understand that, but that is part of task time. You should have your tools with you during the greet step. You should not have your tools with you during the greet step. Okay, you should just have your card to, how do you greet the customer? The 6 steps of the greet step. Okay, so that's going to take a couple minutes. Go to the truck. After that, the customer, as part of this number 2, you have the customer show you where the problem is. So this is for plumbing, this is for HVAC, this is for electrical. Same thought process is the same for all trades. So the customer is going to take you to where the problem is. You'll take a look at it, say, okay, number 3, I got to go grab my tools out of the truck. Get your diagnostic tools, HVAC primarily, because that's what I'm talking about today is the HVAC side. While you're at your truck, grab your flashlight, your right tools, drop cloth. If it's a crawl space, don't forget the baby wipes either. So bring those in with you. So then go back into the home where the problem is located. And these are the times for each one of these things that we're asking you to do here. Okay, and these are pretty much set because it's what we've seen over the years. So I'm just going to lock these in. This is how much time it's going to take to do that. The green areas is what you're going to lock in to come up with your task times on these. And I'm going to come up with these task times on these as well for the book. But if you have questions about anything on the book on the task time, fill this out and convince me otherwise. Okay? So we've got go back into the house where the problem is located, set the drop cloths down, put your red carpets where you will be diagnosing the system. Okay, visually inspect the system. Use your baby wipes. Off to wipe off the system. Baby wipes to wipe off the system. Yeah, the system components. That's important. And put it in a Ziploc bag. You should be bringing in baby wipes with a Ziploc bag because you want to put the dirty ones in the Ziploc bag. That's going to allow you to sell a cleaning on top of what you're currently doing. So we're adding in. That's a best practice. Okay. Use your trade tools to use negative variances on the components. I'm not technical, so whatever it takes to diagnose an HVAC system, how much time that takes, put that in here. Okay. Now, this right here is just a sum of, it's a sum of this. Okay. So once you put this in here, if you put in, use your trade tools to measure negative variances on components, and it's 5 minutes to do, then obviously that time's going to move up to 24. So whatever time it takes you to do the diagnostic, And, you know, being a plumber, it doesn't take much. It's either leaking or it's not. So there's not much time in that. But HVAC, you guys kind of I've seen you guys have to put in gauges and all kinds of fun stuff that I know nothing about. So you put in your time here. And so that's the sum of all of this right here. Then come down to here. It says rate your current options. This is a time. This is time that it takes to do this. So write down the current options or look it up in your pad, whatever it takes. If you select, if you suspect other issues, you should present those options as well as you're doing your diagnostic. Okay. Think of it like all the components are the same age, and you will be testing all of them again after you have fixed the initial problem. Because if it's broken down, chances are you can't test something past where the breakdown is, but you can test up to that breakdown. So that's what this is meant to say. Present your options, Mrs. Jones. That's more time again, right? This is the time. This is our productive time with the customer. This is where we're building the relationship. Okay. Ziploc bags, all of the dirty baby wipes in the Ziploc bag, show that while you're presenting the options. So you can sell the cleaning, but you can't do that unless you do it up here. Get the baby wipes, where'd that go? Yeah, it's up here. Yeah, here it is, right up here. So if you're not bringing the baby wipes in, you're not going to be able to, when you're doing a diagnostic, wipe it down so you can't show the customer the baby wipes. And service managers, you should see a bag of baby wipes with a black magic marker written on and have your technicians bring those in until this becomes the norm. Okay? It's very important that happens because there is a ton of money in cleaning the system. All right? Present the option, Mr. Jones. Yes. Customer signs the authorization. Go to the truck, get the right tools for the job. Turn off the power. I don't want anybody getting hurt. Okay. Take the old part out. That's after you've got the right. You already know what you're going to do now, so you got your tools. So you know you're going to turn the power off. So take the old part out, put the new part in, and put in your time frames in there. Okay. Turn the power back on, test, and wait to verify that the initial problem is fixed. Okay? And while you turn it on, test things that you could not test prior to, because something else may be weak or failed down the line as well. So you got another chance to present that. And if you tell that to Mrs. Jones up front, so Mrs. Jones, I can only test it to the failure. So once we fix this failure, I'll test it beyond the failure to find out if there's any other issues. Okay? Because you really can't tell, and I don't want you to pre-sell something that they may not need. Okay? Bottom line, that's where it's at. Clean the system whether the customer chooses to do it or not. Just clean that area that if it's the blower cage, you're already showing them the baby wipes, and they said no, the clean that area there, because there's other cleanings. Because once we show them that cleaning, they say, yeah, why don't you just do the rest of it? So now you've got other components you can clean, like the A coil and the condenser, or if it's a condenser, you show them how you clean that while you fixed it. Just do that. It goes a long way with your customer, and it shows the value of the cleaning, and they'll allow you to do the other cleanings on the other pieces in a routine cleaning as you come out with every service agreement call. Okay? So we have to show the value first before the customer's ever going to really buy into it. So we should always be showing that value of cleaning. So clean up the work area better than you found it. Turn the system off and on a couple times just to verify something wasn't stuck or we didn't have enough time for it to cycle through. whatever that is. I'm not an electrician and I can spell HVAC, but I know that there's been a lot of callbacks when they haven't checked beyond that system. Okay, so turn the system on and off again after you believe you've got it fixed, just to make sure that everything else is working as well. Okay, all right, beautiful. And then here's your average time is going to be down here. Whatever you're adding in, oh, and it's going to have to add in this one. Oh, no, this is going to add into this 19. So let me just verify that. So if I put in 5 minutes in here, yeah, that's going to verify into that. This one here, it's not going to take it twice. Okay. So, all right. I appreciate you, and I look forward to seeing this working out for you. All right, guys. Take care.